Mr.
All right, I
Chair,
want to
I'd like to share
okay,
something.
Go ahead.
So, I want to address the ongoing investigations that we've had. It's well known at this point that the town council initiated an investigation approximately 6 months ago regarding a complaint involving the town manager. What's interesting is, unbeknownst to me, I was part of that investigation also. So, the investigator, attorney Eric Mayer, from the law firm of DTC, has advised me and the town manager that the investigation was completed last month. Last month, this investigation was totally completed. I was interviewed for over 2 hours. He called me up, asked me to interview. The town council should release the findings of that investigation. This investigation involved an elected town council, chief administrative officer of the town manager. One or a couple members of the town council directed this investigation to begin. Thousands of taxpayer dollars were spent on this investigation. We still don't know what the total amount of the money that was spent. When somebody asked a few weeks ago about Councilor Paul's investigation, it was over $8,000. The people of this town have a right to know what these allegations are and what the findings were. Both the town manager and I have a right to know what the allegations are and what the findings were. At the very least, the town council should release what the allegations were and what the findings were in lieu of releasing the full investigative report, Mr. Chair. If there are parts of the report that are subject to an exemption under the right to know law, that those sections could be redacted. The chairman could and should state what the allegations were and what the findings were right now in this meeting. Therefore, I make a motion that the Londonderry Town Council hereby releases the investigative report created by the law firm of DTC involving allegations against Councilor Dan Bouchard, myself, and Town Manager Sean Mulholland.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion from Dan and a second from Deb. Discussion.
So, Dan,
Yep.
one, I want to note for the record, you are disclosing and talking about matters that happen in a non-public meeting. You also have disclosed them inaccurately. That investigation was not directed by any one or two members of this council. I will not speak further on that because that would be in violation of the law. You have frequently done this, and I'm just making another note for the record that you are doing it again.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to state that I have not disclosed anything from any non-public meeting. I spoke to Attorney Mayer. He told me the investigation was completed after my interview. So these should be released. I mean, this is over a month now.
I will also state for the record, you do know the results of those, and you pretending you don't is inaccurate.
Public doesn't know.
The public doesn't know.
But you just stated before that you don't know. And I want that for the record as well.
So, for the
That's
record,
why I want it released.
okay,
I want my name cleared.
Dan, for the record, you were in the same meeting I was in, and you know that it's not ready to be released yet. So you're just doing a publicity stunt,
Not at all.
which is fine.
No, it's not a publicity
Mr.
stunt,
Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
is, okay, we hear about the investigations. People don't know what these investigations are. They're secretive investigations. I got to tell you, I mean, I was shocked when I was called in by the investigator, and I am the subject of the investigation. So, do I know the results? Yeah, I do know the results, and that's why I want them released. All right? Regardless of what the results are, these should be released to the public. There's no reason to hang on to it. It's been over a month, and that's why I want it released.
So first off, for the record, it has not been over a month, Dan. That is not a true statement. So I want to put that on the record. I'm not going to divulge anything else, but that is not true. Deb,
That is true.
Go ahead, Deb.
So I see us going down a slippery slope here. I'm going to bring us back to when I was on the council before. and somebody put in a complaint against me. At the time, the town manager was Mr. Mike Malaguti. They put in a complaint that I used the word seduce in the wrong capacity and that it was sexual harassment. I was allowed to read the complaint. I was not allowed to get a copy of it, nor was I allowed to get the findings. I took you guys to court, which you ended up having to pay, and it was $17,000. I have a right, Dan has a right to information about himself or herself, whatever it is, to have access to that and have it in physical copy because you just should have it. It's about you. So I'm afraid that we might be going down a very slippery slope that's going to cost the town a lot of money. Yet again, as we got called out before by the judge, it was frivolous. It should have never happened. They treated these documents like they were the code to the Fort Knox. I mean, you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you were on the council at the time.
Good.
I was waiting for it to get done.
I am done. Thank
Okay.
you.
That would be true if the situation was as simple as that situation. I wasn't on the council then when that happened. This is a different situation. You guys are aware of the greater detail of the situation, and I feel like this is just an attempt to obstruct and derail that. But that,
All right, so I
Mr.
have
Chair,
a motion.
Mr. Chair, I just want to add something, okay? When Councilor Paul was investigated this year because Mr. Farrell made a complaint against her, when we got the results, we released those results immediately, all right, and told her what the results are. I don't know what people are afraid to, what you're hiding, but let the people know what the results are. It's pretty simple.
The only difference is, Sean, between that one and this one, is that you want to redact a lot of information. And I understand why we want to redact that information. But that doesn't mean you can't just say, here was the complaint. Nobody's name's mentioned, just the people involved. None of how they got there is, and the results. So you're talking about taking the beginning and the end, cutting out the middle, redacting it, and allowing it to be out in the public so the people have some peace of mind of things that are going on. Obviously, it's going to be what it's going to be, but I'm just trying to be logical here. If these two guys decide to take this to court, they're going to win.
And I'm not accusing you of lying in this instance or anything. I'm just saying maybe you misunderstand it, or maybe you didn't understand it in the meeting you were sitting in. It's not because it needs to be redacted, and I'm not going to speak further on the subject, but
Well, then I guess I don't understand any other reason
Okay.
besides that
Okay.
for it being, released, because we're here to serve them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be as calm and as civil as I can to explain this, and I don't want to see the town in another suit like this and be publicly accused of another slap action, and that's what this will be.
Any further discussion?
All I ask, Mr. Chair, is that the results get released. I have nothing to hide. I want it to come out.
Dan,
It's just pretty simple.
you made your point.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to say that you know a lot more than you're telling the public, so.
Well, the public, if you release it, then the public will know. If you release the results, I mean, even if you said,
I made your point.
Okay.
even if you said, Mr. Chair, that this was the allegation, it was investigated, this was the result.
Okay.
But
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed? Oh,
Chair votes no.
I went the wrong way. I want to change my vote. I'm sorry. I'm voting that I want the documents released.
So let the record show that Councilor Paul changed her vote to yes, so it's a 3-2 motion fails.